Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and and start this thing off, even though Mao is not quite ready.
Maybe just a second.
She'll be just a second. She'll be just a second, and then she'll be over here. Hope all of you are having a wonderful Thursday morning. My morning's already going pretty good because on Tuesday I started the morning by dropping my piece of toast jam side down onto the counter, and it went everywhere. And it was before I spread it, so of course it was a big clump in the middle, and it was just like, and that didn't happen today. Therefore, it's already a better day than it was.
Frame?
Oh, he's in frame. Do you see him?
I'll be behind my head in a minute. Gabby.
He's so happy to. Hi, sweetie. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Hi, Gabby. Sagan. You're not gonna find more turkey on the floor.
Let's play baseball, Chris says. Guardian cat. Always vigilant, always watching over us. Guardian cat. Let me just go ahead and
Wait,
start.
go back to the other screen.
Are you trying to find your framing?
For the cup. That'll have to be good enough.
You're welcome. Let me go ahead and start with some of the notifications this morning. Between the scenes, subs from Philip Plays Live, Mars has, Waffle 7272, and Leah L. Pritchett. And then starting this morning, we've got 300 bits from Satsy, who says, "You have conditioned me. I never buy bread, but I bought bread yesterday for a toast for the stream." I think I'm happy about that. I think I like toast. I want other people to enjoy toast. I'm not in
Sagan's on the counter.
Is he? Mm-hmm. Is he on it? Get down. Get down. Oh my God, what a bad cat. Someone said 666. I think they sent it for another reason, but it was timed well with Sagan, who's being a little devil.
Sagan, come
Anyway,
here.
I'm not in the pockets of Big Bread, but I think Big Bread would like me because I push the toast agenda. But yeah, I think everyone should enjoy some toast, unless you're unable to, like you have an allergy or you just are avoiding like carbs or something. Everyone else should enjoy some toast. Thank you for the bit, Satsy. Is he getting back on? No, he's currently good. He has to get into a lap.
Sagan, come here.
Until he gets into a lap, he's going through his little rebellious teenage phase.
Come here.
And I can't stop him. There he is. Come here, bud. You clearly need
Help.
Come here. Good boy. That's my buddy. You're not gonna like that.
He needs to sniff it.
Oh, and he can sniff it. I just know he's not gonna like bread or jam.
I know someone has turkey. I found some on the ground.
Yeah, I'm not the one with the turkey. Sorry, bud. Anyway, also got subscriptions from Merciful Warrior 24. Thank you, Warrior. Hotex Page resubscribes for 5 months. Woot, 5 months. Thank you, Page. Also 5 months from Unbent Reagent. I can't handle this much crunch. Well, you're gonna have to, because we ain't toning it down. We crank the crunch to 11 every Tuesday and Thursday. We've got 5 months from Arik the Gopher. Yesterday I took the ACT and it was the worst because I had to suffer through a test. I want to know what's the worst test you guys had to take. God, I don't know.
Oh, I know which one I had to take.
I never took the ACT. I took the SAT, and that was pretty bad. But the worst test I ever took, I think, was actually...
Chinese art?
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Ooh, I was thinking of something different, but yours, that might be up there. I've told that story on the vlog before, but very, very quick version. I took Chinese art history, in college, which really just turned out to be Chinese. It wasn't supposed to be, but the teacher was just like, we're just going to learn Mandarin. And I'm like, that's not art history. But we learned a lot of Mandarin, which I've since forgotten everything. And he told a lot of stories about like fishing trips. And then in the last, the way it worked is there was two classes a week? Yeah, 2 classes a week. And on the third to last class, he said that, was it the third to last or second to third? Anyway, near the end of the quarter, he said that instead of doing the test on the very final day, that he would be gone going fishing. So he was going to do the test second to the last day. Well, whatever day that they announced that, I wasn't there for. And Taylor, who was taking the class with me, wasn't there for. So we thought we were going to go in for a review. And instead of getting there for a review, it was the actual test. And we didn't know anything about the test or on what was on the test, anything. That might be the worst test, because I had to sit there thinking, oh God, I don't know anything about any of this. And I just had to BS my way through the entire thing. And it was real obvious I didn't know. That was also the same test where as he's like handing out the test, I sacrificed myself and walked to the front of the class and was like, is today not supposed to be the review? Because you said it'd be the second before last class, it'd be the review, and then we would do the test. And then in front of the entire class, he was like, class, he thinks that today is the review and not the test. What have I been saying since the first day of class? And everyone's like, it's going to be the test today. And I'm thinking, first off, no, you didn't. You're a jerk. Anyway, I didn't like that guy anyway, but I hated him after that. Like, God. But because me and Taylor were staring at each other the entire time, like, oh my God, we're taking a test. Anyway, that was pretty bad. The other time it was pretty bad was when I took the Final Cut Pro 7
certification.
Pro certification, so I could be certified and then be like on Apple's website and everything. Because that test costs like $150 and you can only miss a very small handful of questions, and that test was 1,000,000 times harder than I thought it was going to be. Like, oh my God.
You did it though.
I did do it, but I had honestly kind of resigned myself to not passing at some point in the test. I was like, because the questions were worded in a crazy way, they were very specific scenarios. And it was one of those things that I just had to try and trust, like, whatever my first thought was, like, you know, I guess it's this, you know, just go with that, because whatever you instinctively think first is usually right. That was rough. That was really rough.
Mine would have to be one of my praxis tests. To get my teacher certification. I had to take 2 in Wisconsin. The first one was real easy. It was the PPST, and that was like real basic. Like anyone could have passed that if you've ever been to school, I think.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy. And then I had to take the Praxis 2 test, which was based on your content, and mine was art. So it was like part art history, part art, like what does AP stand for on art supplies, because I do AP and CP. And so you had to know that. And some of them were art history, but they were black and white. And like color was real important to the piece. And it was like, well, what's this about? And it's like black and white abstract. And I'm like, no, this has to have color. I don't get it. And I couldn't place it.
I'm sorry.
It's frustrating.
Cheers to anyone who's ever had to take a very hard test.
Well, there's other art history praxis tests.
Yeah.
One of them, you have to draw a box in 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. That's the whole test for Praxis 2 for art history.
That one's not so bad.
And then when I came down here, I had to take another test. Do you remember that one? I had to go to Coastal.
Vaguely.
Oh, I got a study book for that one. And I did the practice test in the study book, and I failed it so bad on the practice test. And I told you, I was like, I'm so worried. I'm going to go have to take this test. I have to pay this money. and I'm gonna fail it.
Those are the worst tests.
Yeah.
Like any time you have to pay money to do a thing, like SAT, ACT, a certification, I think that's the most stress. And like that probably inspires you to work harder and study harder. But like, oh my God, what a terrible feeling of being in the test and thinking, I'm gonna have to pay another $150. Like, ugh. It's for the birds, man.
Yeah.
It's for the birds. There's a lot of good.
I passed it though. First try, I didn't have to do it again.
Well, I mean, that's good. Awesome Sauce says pay to fail. Basically, that's,
Yeah.
you know, you work hard and then you get in there and you're like, okay, wow, I don't know if I'm gonna pass this. Anyway, back over here.
Back to notifications.
Back to notifications. Took a little detour there. 3-month sub from Elvin Scout 44. Pizza and coffee for breakfast. A little strange, but no stranger than pesto toast. Hope we all are well. Thank you, Elvin Scout. We've got Existential Joker gifting a sub to Silly Name Goes Here. I'm sure Silly Name appreciates that. Thank you, Joker. And then the 666 bits from earlier was from Troop Captain. Says jelly side down. That's a sign that means the devil is here. Watching breakfast stream. But again, that was timed so well for when Sagan was
being bad.
being a little
He's
devil.
right behind us on the stool now.
He's being sweet now,
Hi.
aren't you?
Good boy.
He's a sweet boy.
Here comes Kepi to get your lap.
Yours.
No. Kepi, you want up?
He's making a very crucial decision,
Oh,
which dictates the
Kepi.
amount of love that he has.
Come here.
Who is the love for Kepler?
Hi, Kepler.
It might be for. Oh yeah, he's over there, but I'm gonna pat my leg
Come
too.
on, Keppies.
He's closer to Mao. It makes more sense for him to go to Mao.
Come on,
But will he
Keppies.
go to me? Right here, bud.
Nope. I lose. Again.
Looks like I win that one. We got a 5-month resub from JR Brandon 15. 5 months. What? I've done it again. All the best to y'all. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. And thank you for being an awesome mod. We've also got a sub from Gintoki 006. Thank you, Gintoki. 4-month sub from Xanu, who just says kitty, which I think is always relevant during breakfast stream. We've always got the cats around. 300 bits from Warlocker Osen. Warlock Rawson? That's probably closer. Good morning. This is my first time seeing this live. Been watching Smash. Ooh, we've been playing Smash.
Yeah.
We've actually we've recorded a little handful of Smash Ultimate episodes, and it's a good game. It's a good game. World of Light's pretty long, as we're continuing to learn. But I'm glad that you can catch the show live. We've also got 5-month sub from Captain Blargy, who says, "Spending me morning with Stephen and Mao be a wonderful thing." I mean, I know why I read it like that, because it's written a little like that. And I think it's also because Captain Blargy just puts that mental image in my head of like this Irish sea captain. I don't know. Anyway, so today, or last night rather, I was, right before bed, I spent a little time going through the comments of one of the recent vlogs, which was...
I'm turning him.
Which was it's called Everyone Loves Strawberries. And if you guys haven't read the comments on that, I would suggest it, just for the fact that we ask, what foods does it seem like everyone likes but you? You know, what food is it when you think of something you dislike and you talk to other people, they're like, oh, but I love that. And I like reading comments anyway, but on this particular video, there's like 400 comments, and they're all so fascinating. If you guys haven't read them, I highly suggest it, because it's a wonderful reminder of how different we all are and how everyone's palates and tastes are so different.
Yeah.
You know, because there's things that you personally feel like, well, everyone loves this. and then you start reading those comments and you're like, that's just not true. But there was a bunch of things that continually came up. So there's some things that a lot of people dislike. A lot of people hate onions.
I hate onions.
A
Raw
lot
onions.
of people hate onions, or it's a certain way, you know, that they're cooked. A lot of people hate mushrooms, and that's not too surprising to me. Both of those, I think, you know, I already thought were pretty common things. A lot of people don't like mushrooms. A lot of people don't like mustard, and which I think is incorrect. Like, I think if you don't like mustard, I think you just haven't had the right mustard yet. I understand that there's a...
Yellow is bleh.
Yeah, I understand that there's people that tried mustard, which is yellow mustard, and they're like, oh, goodness, no. Fine. But if you don't like mustard, you probably like honey mustard. You know, these are very different condiments. There's such a wide range of mustards. You probably just haven't had the right one yet. What's the other one? Pickles. A lot of people just don't like pickles. And there's quite a few people that said they just don't like Chinese food. Tom Fox was one who said he's had Chinese food multiple times, from multiple places over the years, always makes him sick. I'm like, I don't know. Someone else had suggested maybe he is allergic to like MSG.
Maybe.
And that's why.
A lot of places don't put it in anymore, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
If you can eat it, though, it's tasty.
Yeah. Yes. I like it. So yeah, those were some of the more common things that people had said. And it was interesting because, you know, with both pickles and mustard being in there, obviously one of my favorite snacks is pickles and mustard, and people think that's pretty gross. And that's fine. GameSky Company says, I know people can't stand tea. Yeah, there's quite a few people that said tea also. You know, for whatever reason. I remember one comment said hot tea was like mildly flavored water, and they thought that was gross. And I was like,
speaking of tea, I need
it's
you
not
to try
technically
this.
wrong. What is this?
That's my cold brew I made.
Oh yeah, okay.
I got some Louisiana cold brew tea bags and made cold brew tea.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah. Tea's another one like mustard. I think if you don't like tea, that, again, it's a scale. You haven't found the right tea. Or you haven't made it in a particular way that you like it. You know, the difference between cold and hot and sweet and unsweet and black, green, whatever, chai, like there's so many different types of tea.
Yeah.
There's probably something you like. The other thing I wanted to say is that some of the comments, I'll preface this by saying, yeah, everyone's different, and people have different tastes, and I find it very interesting and fascinating to read what people like and don't like. That being said, if a comment lists out a list, and they're like, here's a list of 50 things that I don't like, at that point I'm not like, your tastes are different. I'm like, you're picky. And I refuse to believe you actually don't like all those things. You know, there may have been a time, like you might have a thing where from childhood you were like, oh, I don't like that, and it's just stuck in your head. You're older now, you need to try some of those things. If you have a list that's this long, you know, and there was just a few comments, but if you have a list this long, like, I refuse to believe that you don't actually like all those things. You need to try stuff again. That's what I would suggest.
You used to be real picky.
I did, but you know, my tastes change, and I started eating stuff, and that was one thing I was proud of. A lot of people in the comments is they said that they would go back and keep trying stuff. You know, that eventually some of the people got to the point where they did like mushrooms, or they did like this or that. And I think it's important to remember that your tastes are going to change, and you can't drill into your head that something that you disliked when you were 7, you're going to dislike forever. Because you're probably not. It's probably going to shift. So try and keep that in mind, because something that you thought was gross, you know, you might end up really enjoying at some point. So don't...
It's like on the other stool.
These Twitch stools. So, you know, don't limit yourself, basically.
How's the toast?
That's my point. I'm good.
I used to not like mushrooms and mustard, and now I like both, except yellow mustard and bread and butter pickles. Oh wait, that's not a mushroom.
My favorite mushroom is pickles. Favorite pickles. We have got 700 bits came in from DNA Wheels 01, who asked, "How are you feeling?" First off, thank you for the bits. I'm in good spirits. I'm in really good spirits, and like again, it's that whole upwards trend. You know, there's been a few times where like individual moments, I'm like, yeah, but overall, things are going good.
We watched a music video 2 nights ago where it kept doing this pan across the scene, but it went from the ground up and over the singer head to the other ground, and that was it continuously.
We normally have a ritual right before bed where we will eat a snack. Usually, lately it's been berries, obviously from that vlog. We'll eat some berries and we'll watch something on the TV, usually short YouTube videos. And the other night, for whatever reason, we were like, you know what? Let's watch some music videos.
Some random music videos.
One of my favorite things is watching music videos that do interesting things from like a filmmaking.
People take more risks
these days
with music videos, and it's really interesting. Oh no. Sagan, come here. Peggy's here.
Kepler, hide! She's coming! No!
Oh, he curled his little head upside down.
That was three. Three. That was a 3. There were 3 Peggies. It was 2,300 bits from Hotek's page, who says Frank Z 1000. Oh, these are the cheer alerts. Peggy time. I think one of the most fun things about triggering the Peggy alert is that you, by association, also trigger the chat into typing the Peggy emoji, which I just think is really fun. So, like, yes, like, one of the cool things about Twitch and the alert system is that you are doing things that affect things on screen, you know, that have visual and audio feedback, and then also feedback from us.
Yeah.
But in certain cases, like Peggy, you're getting feedback from chat also, which is just great. The whole idea and ecosystem of Twitch is amazing. It's one of the best forms of entertainment. Anyway, Hotek's page, thank you for summoning the beast. We appreciate it. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Music video.
Oh yeah, I wanted to mention this quickly. So we decided we were just gonna watch music videos, and like we trusted YouTube, like, because that's one of the YouTube recommendations is like, check out these music videos. And they're artists I've like never heard of, but you know, they have several million views, and I'm like, well, let's see, because one of my favorite things is music videos, to see when they do interesting things. If it's just a very generic music video, I'm not super interested, but a lot of times people take liberties, so we watch some. And we watched some by an artist named A$AP Rocky, who I've never heard of. Some of you may have, because I guess he's probably popular, but I'm still listening to Steely Dan, so I've never heard of A$AP Rocky. So A$AP Rocky, we watched one video, and I don't remember what the video was called now. I don't remember the name of the song.
The first one?
Do you remember?
The Kids Will Be Alright.
Is that it?
That was the one that kept the side pans.
Yeah. Okay. The kids will be all right, or the kids are all right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Someone will probably be able to tell us. Anyway, so that was really well done, and that was the first one we watched, and I was like, okay, thank God that there is still, you know, good, interesting things happening in the music video scene. And it's hard to explain. It was basically like freeze frames. It was almost as if someone said tweet about breakfast stream. Yeah, it was busy. I forgot. It was almost like pictures moving from side to side, but they're not
3D. It wasn't just like a flat image.
Exactly.
It kind of like, and if this was the person, it kind of came around this way. sometimes.
And it was composited in such a way that
it was seamless.
It was seamless throughout the entire thing. And then, like, near the end of the video, it turned into something else.
Yeah.
And that I didn't care about that. I didn't think that was that good.
But the
pans
first part, were all really cool.
The pans were really cool. And then we decided to watch another music video by A$AP Rocky.
I don't remember the name of that one.
But that one was the one where the gimmick for that one was that
the camera kept coming up out of the ground and then back down around the people.
And that was neat, but it was slightly triggering for my vertigo.
Yeah.
I was like, but it was it was still a really cool idea. And then also within that video was where it kept coming out of like one frame to another frame. So like these I love watching music videos because it gives directors, and I guess to an extent musicians, like a chance to do something.
The first one is Kids Turned Out Fine.
Kids Turned Out Fine. It gives these people a chance to do something extremely creative for like these just a few minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, which is a much more attainable amount of time to play than like a feature film. So, super thing. Tom Scott did a cool thing where he basically explained a music video via video that the shot as a music video would be. We saw that one. Yeah, anyone who's not watching Tom Scott on YouTube, you're missing out.
Tom Scott and the Nerd Writer have been some of our favorite YouTube channels lately.
Nerd Writer is someone we just discovered very recently.
Yeah.
And just very consistently puts out
amazing
videos. But if I watch something, one of my favorite things is to learn.
Yeah.
And if I'm not learning, then it's like in the case of the music videos, I want to be entertained in the same form as like seeing interesting filmmaking things and in creative endeavors. Anyway, let me read some more of these alerts. ShadowWolf196 resubscribes for 2 months, says, "Why I'm awake this early on my day off, I do not know. Anyway, Crunch, I know why you're awake. It's for toast." There's nothing wrong with that. The Ether is Real resubscribes for 3 months. I personally feel like Sagan has inspired my cats to misbehave this morning. Where is he?
He's on the far stool, just curled up. He's a loaf of bread over there with his elbows out.
You're bad influence, Sagan. You're bad influence. Had 100 bits from Satsy. Has it gone from everything moving to just feeling out of body? Well, the raisins in my toast. The vertigo only feels like everything's moving when there's a lot of shifting in my body / like. Well, now this late into the game, I only really get it from like looking down and looking up. Like if it's an extreme, like all the way up, all the way down, that can really make me feel uneasy. But otherwise, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like a floating feeling. I've described it as getting up too fast off a couch.
Yeah, even when you're not.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but for a long period of time. But I'm starting to wonder how much of it is connected to the ear that I was having trouble with. So I'm kind of anxious to get back to the ENT so they can finally figure some stuff out here. That would be ideal. 134 bits from Troop Captain 97, who says fuzzy pickled mushrooms. That can also be like the picture because it's fuzzy pickles. Yeah. But I don't want pickled mushrooms. I don't think. Thank you, Troop Captain. 400 bits from Volatile Fire. Did you do your flops yet, Grandpa? Dux has got to do them. For a minute, I was like, flops? Yeah, my exercises. I haven't done them this morning, but I will do them today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't even know how much they're helping, but I want to be able to tell
the doctor,
the ENT that I tried.
Yeah.
Basically. Thank you for the bits. Also, we just had some gift subs up here coming from DishNet34, who sends gift subs to Quaglet, Ticklepuss, the Frying Scotsman 95, Awesome Sauce 004, and the Mini Queen. That's very kind. Thank you, DishNet. And everyone, enjoy your gifts. Is he up there?
He's up there. He's on the stove this time.
The stove is not a place he should be.
No.
Ever.
No.
You know, this only started a few months ago. He never, ever got up onto the counters and stuff, and I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. Never used to do it. And now he will look and he'll like get into the sink, and apparently he's willing to get on top of the stove. And I'm like, you never used to do this. Why did you do this now? What changed? We didn't become more lax. You just started.
Cat.
You need to be held. You need attention or something. You're just not getting enough attention. Anyway,
How old is he?
children.
How old is he?
We got them in 2012, so he'll be 7 this year.
So he'll be 7 in June. Is Sagan's birthday.
Yeah, and Kepler too. Kepler, they'll both be 7.
Kepler's in May.
Well, yeah, but they're the same age.
Hi. Hi, honey.
Anyway, 405 bits from Need
Oh,
Coffee
boy.
Now. Is it me, or am I the only one who doesn't like pineapples? I know a lot of people that don't like pineapples, or they don't like pineapples on pizza. They think that whole thing is weird. So pineapples is, I don't think it's as common as like mustard and mushrooms, but I don't think it's as uncommon as you think. I think there's quite a few people that they're not on board that pineapple train. 1400 bits from Mike Bliss 218. Good morning, Stephen Amell and Kepler and Sagan. Also, I'm trying to fight a virus bug and I'm not feeling good today. Just want to donate bits. Well, Mike, I appreciate the bits. I hope you're in a position that you can rest today. That's one of the biggest factors to hopefully getting better and fighting stuff off. And thank you for being here this morning. You know, even if you're not feeling well, maybe we're like a remedy.
Remedy.
A slight remedy. You know, if you're not feeling well, just tune into Breakfast Stream. Also got 300 bits from Satsy. Dissonance. That's why I call it out of body. You feel a little loose from yourself. That's fair. That's totally fair. It is like a floaty feeling, I guess, and a lot of it's just my head. Another thing that has changed a little bit in the last few weeks is that I've developed some sinus pressure, which already makes you feel weird. I don't have any sinus problems. I just have the sinus pressure in my head, so that's not helping.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get that to go away. Thank you for the bits, Satsy. Also, 595 bits from Mike Bliss. Says, Dear Stephen, what's Sagan doing? Where's Kepler? Well, Sagan's
Now
back
he's on
now.
my lap.
He was on the stove, right?
He was on the stove. You were being bad.
He's
Why?
just giving you love eyes now.
He is.
Yeah, he's just so happy to be in your lap.
That's all he really needed.
Willing
We should
to
just
act
start
out.
Breakfast Stream and I'll put him in your lap from now on.
Yeah, maybe that's how we should begin.
Because normally we don't leave stuff out. But like after we do eggs, I have to leave the pan there because it's too hot.
And Kepler's just chilling down here. Can I get him up?
Can't be
I got it just a little bit. Now look how tiny I did what I could. And now he's like, what are you doing to me?
Can't
Bud? You comfy? He says, not anymore, thanks. Sorry, bud. Oof. Since we're already running a little late, and that's fine, I'm gonna go ahead and run the Patreon ticker. Thank you, everyone who is choosing to support us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/StephenGeorge or Melmix. And the names are from our producers, which we sincerely appreciate.
Can you pull chat back? So I can see all of chat.
I was like, chat's right there.
I can't read all
Can
of
you
it.
not
Stuff
read
gets
it?
cut off when you do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what we need?
What?
Multiple monitors.
In here?
Well, I mean,
I already have the C-stand I have to trip over.
there might be more things to trip over soon.
Oh, kitty. He's so happy. I wish you guys could see him.
You know it's coming on Saturday.
What? I know, but that's not for in here.
I know, but where are we putting the old ones?
Oh.
No, they don't have to go out here. I'm just saying, where are we? We're just
We're
putting
gonna
them
collapse
away.
them down.
Okay. We have needed to get Mal new lights for years.
Yeah.
When we moved into this house
Yeah.
in October 2016, one of Mal's lights broke. She has it's 2 light stands, and each of them have 2 lights on them. One of the lights broke. So she's been operating with 3 lights for years, and the lights are not super great quality, and they really don't make things as bright as we would like, because we'd like to make things brighter so we could stop things down and get more things in focus, because she basically has to shoot at 2.8 on Malmake's videos in order to get enough light in there. And we've talked for years about getting new lights, and I've done a bunch of research, but I could never. It was like never the right time, or there wasn't something that I liked enough, or whatever. Anyway, finally I pulled the trigger the other day, and Mal will have new lights.
Yes.
And they're different than the previous ones she was using, because she was using, what is it, CFLs?
Yes.
Like really giant CFLs. And
someone said get new light bulbs. It's the socket that's broken.
The socket is dead. So we ordered LED panels, which are the same things that we use
for Q&As.
Yeah.
And we used them for Extra Life too.
It's the thing that we have mounted above the TV in the office. So we got 2 of those, and actually they're
bigger than that one.
Well, they're about physically the same size, but the LED count on the one that we have in the office is 600. We got Mal 2 1200 LED panels, so they are going to be as bright as the sun. The lumen output for a panel from 1 meter away is like 12,000 lumens. So you have access to like 24 or 25,000 lumens.
They're dimmable though.
Yeah, it's just a knob that you change how bright you want the lights. So, yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have to figure out exactly how we're gonna diffuse that stuff, but we'll figure it out. That's no problem. Anyway, let me go back over. Now I have a cat in my lap, and everything's a lot harder.
Well, at least there's no cats on the counter now.
It's true, and that's really what matters.
Yeah.
It's really what matters, is if we can keep them off the counters. Get 100 bits from BookPanda99. I am here yet again. I love waking up to the kitties and you guys. 11 out of 10 best grandparents. Oh, thank you. That means we're as good as the best grandparents, and then a second set of grandparents that are the worst. And I appreciate it. 5-month resub from Luke18. Going to the symphony today with my son's first grade class.
That's fun.
Pretty cool. I've been, for a minute I was like, I haven't been to the symphony. I have actually. We have like a Myrtle Beach symphony.
The Long Bay
Symphony that I've seen at least once. But
You've
I think,
seen Long Bay?
but maybe twice actually, yeah. I filmed it once. Because I knew someone who was filming it and they needed an extra hand, and I was like, yeah, I can do that.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that happened a long time ago. Tokunut resubs for 5 months, says, guys, I'm so happy to make it for 5 months. Newt, I'm happy that you have been here for 5 months. And every time your name pops up, I have to decide how I'm going to pronounce it. But I think Tokunut is good. Or I'll just go with Newt, because that makes it easier on me. We've also got a 5-month resub from Reed the Nintendo Painter. 5 months of supporting my biggest inspiration, and Steven. For what it's worth, Reed has Painter in their name.
Yeah.
It just makes sense that the painter might be the bigger inspiration. Thank you, Reed. And I think that is gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today.
Now Sagan's good.
Yeah, now that it's ending, it's good.
Why can't you always be good? What happened
Ridiculous.
to you?
As one final announcement, see, now it's bright.
I mean, it didn't get any brighter outside. Man, there are leaves starting to form on our trees.
I wanted to say,
So many leaves.
there's going to be at least 2 vlogs today, 3 if I can help it, which means yes, vlogs are nearly caught up, which is terribly exciting for me. And then the other thing is that did we decide that we wanted to do it tomorrow?
We did.
So tomorrow evening, we're going to be doing a stream. we're going to be doing a gaming stream tomorrow evening. We don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. We have some ideas that we've thrown around, but if you are interested in joining us here tomorrow evening at time to be determined, we're going to do a gaming stream of some sort. So trying to force ourselves to do at least a gaming stream a month.
Yeah, that'll be good.
You know, eventually it's going to be a weekly thing. And I know we're still juggling a lot, but we're going to try and do a gaming stream in February, and we're going to do that tomorrow.
I'm available after 8.
Okie doke. And I think Chaz is around for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll I'm not exactly sure what time we'll start tomorrow, but we'll do, you know, like a few hours of something, or maybe multiple things. So yeah, if you're around tomorrow evening, you can join us for that. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and hope you have a wonderful Thursday, a wonderful weekend if we don't catch you tomorrow night, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Look at this bad cat. He's just purring. You're so happy.
Once he's got the attention and he feels loved and everything, he doesn't have to act out. Like a kid, man. Like a kid. See you guys Tuesday. Have a good day. Oh, it's I hit the open one and not the end one, so it says crunch. It's actually supposed to be this. There we go.